And the same goes for you. If they catch you looking for that key, then I don't know what...
They don't care what I do. My Uncle Archie...
Your uncle is gone most of the time, Missy. So don't you go poking your nose where it's no cause to go. Do you hear me?
Do you believe in spirits?
That I do, miss. Big place like this, there's more of them than all of us. Why do you ask?
I heard someone crying in the house last night.
That could well be a spirit you heard. They like a tall ceiling and a nice long hallway to swoop around in.
In India once, I saw a spirit pull a big dead snake right up out of a basket and make him dance.
Well, I once saw Dickon thaw a frozen baby finch in his bare hands, and tell it where its nest was, and teach it how to fly there.
I can do things too, Ben.
I'm sure you can, Missy. You just stay away from Miss Lily's garden, or you'll like to find yourself back on the boat. Or worse.
Good day, Ben.
Winter's on the wing, here's a fine spring morn. Coming clean through the night comes May, I say. Winter's taking flight, sweeping dark cold air. Through the moor comes a day, I say, and you'll be here to see it. Stand and breathe it all the day. Stoop and feel it, stop and hear it. Spring, I say. And now the sun is climbing high, rising fast on fire, glaring down through the gloom on the gray, I say. The sun spells the doom of the winter's rain. Ice and chill must retire, comes the day, I say, and you'll be here to see. Stand and breathe it all the day. Stoop and feel it, stop and hear it. Spring, I say, be gone, ye howling gales, be off, ye frosty moon. All ye solid streams begin to fall. Melt, ye waterfalls, part ye frozen winter walls. See now it's starting, and now the mist is sitting high, leaving bright blue air, rolling clean across the moor comes the day, I say. The sun will soon be out in the bright blue sky, soon the sun will shine, comes the day, say I, and you'll be here to see it. Stand and breathe it all the day. Stoop and feel it, stop and hear it. Spring, I say.
La 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 la.
Hello there, Mari.
Who are you?
I'm Martha's brother, Dickon. I hope I didn't fright thee.
But what are you doing here?
I did fright thee. I'm sorry.
But why haven't I seen you before?
A body has to move gentle and speak low when wild things are about.
You mean you're here all the time?
Well, if something's sick, I'll take a look at it, sure I do. And find the ponies that wander off and the eggs that roll out of the nests. But look here, me mother sent you a penny's worth of seeds for your garden. There's poppies and columbine by the handful.
I don't have a garden.
But don't you want one? One of your own, I mean. Come and look at your seeds, why don't you? Well, if you don't want them, I'll just be on my way.
I want to go in that garden where the robin lives.
I wasn't sure you'd seen him.
Seen him? He's done nothing but chirp at me ever since I got here.
Well, you have to understand he's making his nest. And it can't afford to have you interfering if you're not friendly.
How do you know that?
Well, he and I were just talking about you. How do you think?
He was talking to, or just you?
What he thinks is that you're looking for a nest yourself. Only it looks to him that your nest would have to be pretty big.
Have you ever been in there?
It's not mine to go into, but it might be yours. I can't say. He's keeping it safe for somebody, that much I know.
He has.
Same way as the ivy's grown up over the door. But maybe he's waiting to hear why you want to go in there exactly. Being as he's got the safest nesting spot in all of England, he's wise to be wary.
Can you tell him I'm friendly?
I could. But what if you wanted to tell him something else and I wasn't here? Be much quicker to learn to talk to him yourself.
But what could I say that he would understand?
Well, I wouldn't mention you're an egg eater, if you know what I mean. But are you interested in flying perhaps, or bugs?
I'm afraid not.
Well then, just tell him about yourself and I'll translate it into Yorkshire till you get the way of it.
I'm a girl.
She is a lass. I took a greatly fancy to thee. Dost thou fear?
Thou not fear.
She's took thee on for like to vex thee. Not of the sort.
Not of the sort.
She knows fair well she mun not frat thee.
Canna thou show me?
Fair better to know her.
Show me the key.
Show her the key. She's a lass and thou art right as needs a spot where she can rest in.
I mun sit where I'll not be so thinking thoughts or feel a guesting.
Not of the sort.
Not of the sort.
She fair be watching for the spring.
I'll not be climbing up, I'll only be calling good morning, and fair low I'll sing.
Well done, Mary.
Lily, what are you looking for? Oh, wait till you see it. It's the most beautiful garden I ever... And nobody knows about it except Archie. But I can never seem to find the door. Maybe it's on the other side.
I'll only walk around, just like to see it for myself. If thou canst allow me visit, I'll speak low into thyself. Thou not be bothered night and day by wenches racing round. I'll but seem a silent dream, standing on the secret ground. Hide but smell the growing things, count the roses against the wall. Hear thy babes when first they peck, spread my hands if they should fall. Or if thou likest, I'll bring me seeds or worms all in a mound. For if thou have me for a friend, thou be the first I found. I'm a lass,
A trusty lass.
I took a greatly fancy to thee. Canna thou show me?
Farewell dost thou know her.
Show me the key. Show me
her
the
the
key.
Well, I'm off then.
But where are you going?
I can't say, but I'll see you tomorrow sure enough. And if you need me before then, well, now that you and the Robin is talking, he always knows where I am.
But can't you help me look for the key?
But that's why I'm leaving, Mary. A body can't find a thing in a crowd.
All right then. Bye.
And you'll be here to see it. Stand and breathe it all the day. Stoop and feel it. Stop and hear it. Spring, I say.
Mary Lennox!
Oh no, look what I've... What was that? Where did it... There it is. It's a key. It's the key to the garden. I found the key to the garden. It was right here. The door. But the door.
Mary Lennox!
Coming.
Mary Lennox! We haven't got time to play hide and seek now. Mrs. Medlock wants us in the house now. Mary!
Skip, skip the ladies to the master's gate. Sip, sip the ladies while the master ate. Dipped o'er the chambermaid and stole their bells. Snip, snip the gardener cut off their curls.
Will this rain never stop?
Archie, we must undertake some work on the house. We can't simply stand by watching these storms tear it down piece by piece. And the same for the grounds.
Actually, I was just standing outside hoping the whole place would be struck by lightning.
If you have no interest in maintaining the herds and gardens, then just say so. We lease the pastures and fields and get the estate down to a manageable size.
Will you never stop? Father should have given Misselthwaite to you, Neville, not me.
That would have never occurred to him, Archie. You're the elder brother. But if you continue to feel like you cannot live here, then leave. You were happy once before, in Paris. You're still a young man, Archie. There's no
can't
reason.
leave, Neville.
But what's the use of sitting by the boy's bed night after night, hoping for a miracle?
They have been known to happen.
When Lily died, I gave up my practice to care for them.
You've been completely faithful, Neville, and I am deeply grateful.
But I did not give up my responsibility to you, Archie. I cannot let you waste your life waiting for the inevitable end. I just cannot.
I am not wasting my life, Neville. This is my life now. Yes, child, come in. Hopefully we can manage to have a moment before the storm comes and carries us away. Take a chair.
Thank you, sir.
Are you well? Do they take good care of you?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry it's been so long since we've last spoken. It's just I keep on forgetting you. I intended to find you a school to go to, or...
Oh, no, please don't send me away.
Oh, no, of course not, but perhaps you would enjoy a governess, considering you've had a chance to look around now and know there's nothing for you to do. What do you say to that?
Please don't make me have a governess, sir. There's everything for me to do here. There's so many gardens to walk around in and so much to learn about them. Martha gave me a skipping rope and Dickon gave me some seeds and, well...
Yes, I see.
Happy birthday, darling.
Play outside if you like. But is there anything you need? Would you like some toys or books or dolls, perhaps?
Might I
Speak up, child.
have a bit of earth, sir?
A bit of earth.
To plant seeds in? Yes, sir. A garden.
Do you care so much about gardens, then?
I didn't know about them in India. I was always ill or tired and it was too hot. I sometimes played at making little flower beds, sticking things in the sand. But here I might have a real garden if you would allow it, sir.
Are you sure there's nothing else?
No, sir.
All right. You may have your earth. Take as much earth as you want.
Thank you very much, sir.
You may leave, child.
It's much worse being back this time. The dreams are more vivid. I even hear things in the halls.
It's the girl, Archie.
Do you mean Mary? But I never see her.
Because you can't see her. Because she reminds you of Lily.
You can't be serious.
I can see the resemblance myself, although Lily's hair was more... You were very kind to take the girl in, Archie, but I'm afraid in your state it's simply too much.
If you allow the girl to stay here, to grow up here, I'm afraid your dreams, to say the very least, will get even worse.
But you could see the girl as lonely, Neville. Maybe I should have more conversations with her.
I don't think that's wise, Archie.
A bit of earth.
Until you are ready to send her to a school...
She wants a little bit of earth. She'll plant some seeds.
It is my professional advice that you continue to obey your natural instincts and avoid her.
The seeds will grow.
Archie!
The flowers bloom, but is their bounty what she needs?
If I could get your signature on these leases.
How can she chance to love a little bit of earth? Does she not know? The earth is old and doesn't care if one small girl wants things to grow. She needs a friend. She needs a father, brother, sister, mother's arm. She needs to laugh. She needs to dance and learn to work her girlish charm. She needs a home. The only thing she really needs I cannot give. Instead she asks a bit of earth to make it live. She should have a pony gallop across the moor. She should have a doll's house with 100 rooms per floor. Why can't she ask for a treasure? Something that money can buy that won't die. Would I give her the world? She'd ask instead for some earth. A bit of earth. She wants a little bit of earth. She'll plant some seeds. The seeds will grow. The flowers bloom, their beauty just the thing she needs. She'll grow to love the tender roses, lilies fair, the iris tall. And in fall, a bit of earth will freeze and kill them all. A bit of earth, a bit of earth.
Close the shutters, lock the doors. Brace the windows on Enid pores.
Only the ones you carry. Watch now.
Care for the stairs, working in pairs. Fares well, the house that's ready. Come in a terrible storm, a terrible storm.
She's in the sea again. Houses are broken in
Heart, tear up like a sail. Shots is out the shroud. It's a terrible way. Strangely quiet, but now the storm simply rests to strike again. Standing, waiting, I think of her. I think of her.
Strange this Mary, she leaves the room, yet remains. She lingers on. Something stirs me to think of her. I think of her.
From debt she casts her spell. All night we hear her sighs, and now the girl has come who has her eyes. She has her eyes. The girl has Lily's hazel eyes, those eyes that saw him happy long ago. Those eyes that gave him life and hope he'd never known. How can he see the girl and miss those hazel?
She has her eyes. The girl has Lily's hazel eyes, those eyes that closed and left me all alone. Those eyes I feel will never ever let me go. How can I see this girl who has her hazel eyes? In Lily's eyes a castle this house seemed to be, and I her bravest knight became. My lady fair was she.
She has her eyes, she has my Lily's hazel eyes, those eyes that love my brother, never me. Those eyes that never saw me, never knew I longed to hold her close, to live at last in Lily's eyes.
Imagine me a lover.
I longed for the day she'd turn and see me standing there. Would God have let her stay? She has her eyes. She has Lily's hazel eyes,
those eyes that saw
those
me
eyes that
happy
closed
long
and left me.
ago.
How can I now forget that once I dared to be in love, alive and whole, in Lily's eyes, in Lily's eyes.
Someone is crying. Just now I heard them. Someone in this house is crying. Why won't they tell me? I know they're lying. Someone here is lost or mad. I must try to find them, beg them stop so I can sleep. I heard someone crying. Who though could it be? Someone in this house whom no one seems to see. Someone no one seems to hear except for me. I heard someone crying. I heard someone crying. Mr. Craven is my uncle.
How do I know you're not a ghost?
I'll pinch you if you like. That will show you how real I am. Who are you?
I am Colin. Mr. Craven is my father. I see no one, and no one sees me, including my father. I'm going to die.
How do you know?
Because I hear everybody whispering about it. If I live, I may be a hunchback, but I shan't live.
Well, I've seen lots of dead people, and you don't look like any of them.
dead people. Where did you come from?
From India. My parents died there of the cholera. But I don't know what happened to them after that. Perhaps they burned them.
My mother died too, when I was born. That's why my father hates me.
He hates the garden too.
What garden?
Just a garden your mother liked. Have you always been in this bed?
Sometimes I have been taken to places at the seaside. But I won't stay because people stare at me. And one time, a grand doctor came from London and said to take off this iron thing Dr. Craven made me wear and keep me out in the fresh air. But I hate fresh air, and I won't be taken out.
If you don't like people to see you, do you want me to go away?
Yes. But I want you to come back first thing tomorrow morning and tell me all about India. In the books my father sends me, I have read that elephants can swim. Have you ever seen them swim? They seem too altogether large to be swimmers, unless perhaps they use their ears to...
I can't come talk to you in the morning. I have to go outside and look for something with Dickon.
Who's Dickon?
He's Martha's brother. He's my friend.
If you go outside with that Dickon instead of coming here to talk to me, I'll send him away.
You can't send Dickon away.
I can do whatever I want, and if I were to live, this entire place would belong to me someday, and they all know that.
You little Raja. If you send Dickon away, I won't ever come into this room again.
I'll make you. They'll drag you in here.
I won't even look at you. I'll stare at the floor.
You are a selfish thing.
You're more selfish than I am. You're the most selfish boy I ever saw.
I'm selfish because I'm dying.
You only say that so people feel sorry for you. If you are a nice boy, it might be true, but you're too nasty to die.
No, please don't go. It's just that the storm scares me. So that if I went to sleep, I know I'd have such terrible dreams.
But if you keep crying, I
Oh,
won't...
if I did ever go to sleep, I might not wake up.
Would you like me to stay with you until you fall asleep?
I should like that very much.
Then close your eyes, and I will do what my ayah used to do in India. I will pat your hand and stroke it and sing something quite low.
Do you have bad dreams too?
Not always. Sometimes I dream about tea parties, but I never know who anybody is at the parties. Well, since I've been here, whenever I see my father in a dream, he's a hunchback like your father. Or sometimes my ayah has my mother's face.
Some nights I dream that a round-shouldered man comes in my room on a beam of moonlight. He never says what he wants. He just sits with a book in his hands. And then I dream that a round-shouldered man took me off, and we ride through the moors by moonlight. He never says where we'll go. We just ride across the hills till dawn. And some night I'm going to ask him, is the night sky black or blue? I know the answers in his book of all that's good and true.
Maybe your father comes into your room at night and reads to you while you're asleep.
And then I dream that the round-shouldered man takes my hand and we walked to a secret garden. I heard my father speak my name as we sat in the crook of a broken tree.
And some night I think you should ask him
how the old moon turns to new. I know the answers in his book of all that's good and true. I'm sure the answers in his book of all that's good and true.
Colin, I just realized we're cousins.
Mary Lennox, you foolish child!
I was afraid of something like this.
No, I don't want to.
He must have his rest if she's
But
been
I've
left.
never seen him before.
How can I hope to succeed with Colin if my orders aren't followed?
I've told her to stay in her room, but she refuses to obey.
Get away from me! Don't touch me! No!
Albert, I only wanted him to stop crying.
Albert, what is that infernal wailing?
It's a servant's rose.
Now you listen to me, Mary Lennox.
The cholera. It's quite bad.
10,000 dead at the last count.
Do you see what you have done?
I should have sent you away while there was still time.
You are never to see Colin again.
But why?
It's exactly what they deserve. Letting the sewage run to the streets.
The one rule you were given here, you have violated.
But how are we going to get around with all the dead and friggin' flames?
No!
The servants, darling, there are millions of them.
Do you want to speak to her, Doctor?
No.
I wonder if I might have a glass of water.
But why didn't you tell me he was here?
I'm very warm, Albert.
Because I was ordered not to, and I obey my orders because I want to keep my place here, and I advise you to do the same.
Mary. Where's Mary?
Do you understand?
Someone! Find her! There's a child!
Come in a terrible storm, shaking the souls of the dead, making the floor underfoot, shaking the roof overhead. Not since I was a child have I feared.
Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow?
Not too well, she said, see the lilies dead, dig it up and out you go.
Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow?
Far too hot, she cried, see my rose has died, dig it up and out you go.
Oh, it's joy she
garden, it's a maze of ways. Something wrong inside it. It's a maze, this garden, it's a maze of ways.
Now it's gone, it's lost, dig it up and down you go.
It's a maze, this garden, it's a maze of ways. It's a maze of ways, and it's a maze of ways. It's a maze, this garden, it's a maze, this garden, it's a maze of ways, and to lead us all astray. Mistress Mary, Mistress Mary, Mistress Mary, Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? Had an early frost, now it's gone, it's lost. Dig it up and out you go. You're out you go, out you go.
Mary. Mary.